That is the sound of the jar of names. And we shall say this video is for everyone, including but not excluded to Jenna Louise. Alright, so welcome to A Cup of Tea in a Podcast. Here is the cup of tea. And this right here is the podcast. Alright then, so if you want to head down to the comment section, it should be there, it might not be though. You can go to my skip list and you can skip to this week's update, this week's topic, this week's TV time, this week's question, and this week's goals. Let's go on to the update then. If you can't tell, I'm going through this quite quickly because, well, I just want to get through. There's a lot to go through today, so I want to get through it quickly. Anyway, so we're pretty much up to date. We have continued with the trend of being up to date, which is good, which is perfect, it's fantastic. So hopefully that's going to be catching on now, and that's going to keep going. So yeah, that's good. Unfortunately, though, I am going to be very busy in the next few weeks. I've got a lot of college work to do, like 5 or 6 different things to do at once, which is a lot. So if things don't progress further than what it already is at the moment, then that's why. Hopefully we'll be able to keep up to date though and keep that sort of ball rolling. And the other thing is, we've very nearly finished Bastion. I think next week's probably going to be the last week. I've just recorded this week's videos, and I'm pretty sure we get to the last level. So yeah, go to this week's question if you want to find out a little bit more about the new Let's Play, because I'm going to do a little question about it. Okay, moving on then to the topics. So let's go through this week's name, shall we then? So right now you listen to the podcast. What's up with this video? It seems very quiet. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, listen to the podcast right now. That's what this is. That's out today. And then later today, or probably early hours of Tuesday morning, you can listen to an Assassin's Creed 2-3 episode called Homeware. Guess what type of missions we're doing in that one. And then after that, we've got a Bastion video on Tuesday called Loose Ends, because we're tying up some loose ends. On Wednesday, we've got an Assassin's Creed 3 video called Surf and Turf. You can probably guess that's about land and about the sea. So guess what missions we're doing in that one. And then on Thursday we've got a Bastion episode called Ur Assault, because we might make an assault on the Ur. And then on Friday we've got Assassin's Creed 3 episode called Backseat Driver. Oh my god, I have so much hate in that episode. Just check it out if you want to see me rage at one particular person. And then on Saturday we'll also have a pointing episode of Assassin's Creed 3 called Troy's Wood Pointing. Okay then. Right, it's a Cup of Adventure. Last week's hints, there was the letters spread out through the episode. If you don't know, nobody found them, so a shame. But the name was Pizza Day. That's what we did. Okay then. This week's hint is there's going to be 4 of the same phrase spread out throughout this podcast. So if you hear them and you hear 4 times, that's the hint. Because I might say something else that's could be taken as a hint, but it's not. You'll be able to tell them because it'll be 4 times. Okay, then let's move on to the next one, which is, where's my list? Topic TV time. It is TV time. Right, so I've watched 2 new series this week. 2 are great. Who? First one is The Crown. I'm watching it right now. It is apparently the most expensive Netflix series they've ever made. It's basically about Queen Elizabeth II, who is the current queen. And it is great. It is fantastic. Matt Smith is in it. I'm really enjoying it. It's apparently there was something in it that happened in the 1950s, maybe. The smog that killed, apparently now, according it's nearly 12,000. This poison smog, killed nearly 12,000 people in London. I didn't even know that happened. I know people that were alive back then. I didn't even know that happened. Unless must have been real. They wouldn't make something like that up, would they? I hope they didn't. Because why would you make stuff up in a historical program? Nah, no idea. And the other thing I've been watching is Planet Earth 2. Oh, it's good. I like good nature documentary. Beautifully shot with I don't know if you've seen a scene with lizards and snakes, racer snakes. Oh, it's just the way they sort of chase them around, the way it's filmed. It's just like, if you're not scared of snakes, you will be if you've seen that. Right, okay, but yeah, that's good stuff. Good TV times there. Okay, let's move on to the community section now then, which is massive, which is why I'm trying to do this quite quickly. Let's go off to this stuff now then. So let's start off with the Mention Monday. These are the people that commented on last week's video since the last podcast, which actually was a week, because we're up to date now. We have quite a lot of names this week. We have Horia, Max Ravage, Spudley Dudley, Nick Pro, 40k Warrior Man, Dark Lord, and Dragon Lord 55511. So thank you all for commenting last week. Absolutely fantastic to see a lot of people out and about. So yeah, thank you for joining us. Okay, so Q&A next then. So we've got a lot of questions. Let's go through them. So we've got one from Horia, who says, I have a question for you this week. Later will be the name of that movie. Who is your favourite Disney original character and why? Mine is Scrooge McDuck because he has so much character and so much backstory. I especially enjoyed Don Rosa's tale of how Scrooge became the richest person in the world. Right, original character. I would say Jack Sparrow, but I've got a feeling here you're talking about like Mickey Mouse and all that sort of stuff. And if that's the case, I've always been a big fan of Goofy because I watched a Goofy movie back in the day, and I also had this thing called Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, and I always enjoyed the Goofy story in that. Although the first one that played in that, I believe, was the Donald Duck one, which I always remember. So I'm probably going to have to say Goofy because of the Goofy movie, and yeah, I like the Goofy. That was terrible. Yeah, but that's why. Alright, then let's go on to the next question, which is from 40k Warrior Man, who says he's been trying to think of a introduction to the riddles. I suggested riddles from the front, because it's like the war front, because it's Warrior Man. But yeah, this week's one is, where is it? I don't have eyes, but once I did see. Once I had thoughts, but now I'm white and empty. What am I? Once I had eyes, but once I did see. I don't have eyes, but once I did see. Something that sees without eyes. Once I had thoughts, but now I'm white and empty. What am I? So I want to say snow, but I don't know why I want to say snow. But I'm going to say snow because I pressed for time. But yeah, I'm going to say snow. But I don't think it is. But I don't see how it would see. Yeah, maybe because it was a sea, like it's a play on words. And it had thoughts. I don't know why it would have had thoughts, but oh well. Clouds have thoughts. I think it's snow. Oh my god, I think it actually might be snow. Okay, the next one is from Dark Lord, who says, Hi, I've just discovered your channel and I have a question. It's been 1 year now since Overlord Fellowship of Evil was released. So since then, do you have any theories about the next game? I do. I don't think there's going to be one. I think Overlord Fellowship of Evil was a test of the market to see who would buy it, but because they mucked it up so much, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's a dead franchise now, unfortunately, which is a shame. Still looking for that next franchise that would replace it. But yeah, I think it's a dead one now, unfortunately, Mr. Dark Lord. Unfortunately, that. And we have another question from Horia. It says, Name that movie. Hint 1. An interracial couple is on the run from men wearing all white. Hint 2. Future genocidal child murdering fascists become unhealthy, fixated on women twice his age. Hint 3. Deadbeat dad tries to get his son to take over the family business. If you can at least guess the franchise, then good on you. Oh dear. Okay. Interracial couple. Films where there's an interracial couple. I've got a feeling it's not black and white. I've got a feeling that's about aliens. Or... Who? Where's the second hint? I think I've got an idea. I'm looking at the wrong question. Right, I have no idea what this is going to be. I want to say The Hobbit, because that's what I'm... Because I've got a feeling, because the international couple will be the dwarf and the elf when they're running. The future genocidal child murdering fascist becomes unhealthy, fixated on women twice his age. I have no idea. No, I don't get that one. No idea. Anyway, Dragonlord55511, my Lord of Dragons, who is back, says, Hello, Sir JD2. I have a question and a riddle for you. Question. Are you going to make videos on how to make a classic British dish like fish and chips and bangers and mash? I haven't made plans for it, but I, of course, could do it. I will add it to the list. And the riddle says, I am red, blue, purple and green. No one can reach me, not even the Queen. What am I? Hint, it happens after a rainfall, and you might find a pot of gold, if you're Irish, that is. I don't think that's Irish, I think that's British as well. No, maybe it is. I can't remember. Meh, I'm not sure. But it's a rainbow. I think it is anyway. But yes, okay. Right, moving on now then to what's after the Q&A. It's subscribers. So last week we were at 1,230. We've gone up 3 this week to 1,233. But we have an increase of one name, who is Mr. Darklord. Well, Darklord. Not Mr. Darklord, that's what I called him earlier. But yeah, so thank you. Welcome to the community. It's nice to hear from you as well. We'll talk about that later on. Stick around if you're watching Darklord. Okay, then let's go on to this week's question. Or last week's question, sorry. Last week's question was about Minecraft. Like, do you enjoy watching Minecraft or playing it or something? Or I can't remember what the question was, but something like that. Jorge has replied saying, I like watching modded Minecraft and sometimes vanilla, but personally I'd rather see you play Terraria, which I would be willing to play with you. Interesting. I don't know what you mean about playing it though. I've never said I'm going to be playing Minecraft. I just wanted to know what people are saying because I've been playing it recently. I've got a nice skin that I've made for myself as well. I'm trying to do glasses, but glasses are hard to do on Minecraft. So I just put like a bandana around my eyes, like I'm blind, because I'm quite blind anyway, so I thought that was quite funny. Anyway, Spuddy Dudley also says, I like Minecraft because Yogscast do funny videos. Indeed they do, but I preferred their old stuff when they did like Shadow of Ezrafel and everything. But I hate how they've just ended it, and they haven't made like a clear, definitive reason why. I hate that about it. And it's like, if anything was to inspire me to do my own Minecraft videos, that would be one reason. Because I want to not continue their story, but sort of do... I must say do it better than them, but I can't do it better than them. That's not really what I'm trying to say, because that's completely not what I mean. Correct the things that I wanted them to do differently, if that makes sense, I suppose? No, I don't know what I mean. Something along them lines, though, without sounding pedantic and anything like that. Anyway, that's that. This week's question is something I can't remember. Oh yes, it was about the new Let's Play. So the new Let's Play is actually quite... I've never played it before. It's going to be blind. These are hints. The question is you've got to try and guess what it is. It's quite topical right now because of releases of games. I think that's enough hints. I could give it away. But yeah, have good fun with that. But yeah, you might be able to get it because there's not many games been released recently. Anyway, let's go now on to goals coming out of the community section. So last week's goal was to start updating details. That was a massive fail. Like I said, I had a lot of college work to do, so it didn't happen. But this week's question is to continue to do some documents. I've got a plan where I'm going to do 2 documents tomorrow, where I've got more time to do it. And then I'm going to do 1 more on Thursday, and then 1 more on Friday, and then 1 more on Sunday, sorry. And that's 5. I've got to do 6. So hopefully these are planning. Oh, sorry, these are videos for a couple of adventure. I want to plan them out. So once I've done those, I can start planning this video idea that I want to do for Christmas, or filming Christmas, and then do it for next year. So hopefully, that doodad there, hopefully that will work. So this one should work, because I want to get it planned, and they don't take too long. Even though details doesn't either, but oh well, I don't know. Just putting it out there. Okay then, but that's that done. It's still quite a lengthy video, surprisingly. But yeah, that's that done then, so I'm going to finish this cup of tea. Right, and what shall I say now then? So, last week's what was it? It was Ogres Are Like Onions, and it is, of course, the only ogre in a film that I can think of. Shrek. Right, but yeah. So, until the next time we meet, I will say farewell, and I'll leave you with this week. What TV show? Do you mind if I could borrow this? From whom, ma'am? If you do not own it, then who does?